we last left the party, they had taken.
We're up at Spear something.
Black Spear is where you are.
Black Spear.
And you had some bandits that you ransomed, right?
Well,
Yep.
Right.
We left them to be ransomed.
Right. But what did you guys do with the two bandits and the water cultists that you got from Old Top? Well, we took those back to the Queen, right?
Right. Yeah.
That's right.
We gave them to the Queen so that they could be
yes, interrogated.
Further interrogated.
And they said,
Right,
well,
exactly.
the bandit band is pretty bigger than that, so go back and figure it out.
Right. And then if there's any ransom money, hopefully that'll eventually come down to us.
Yep, we asked him to take a 10% for himself, I believe, and
Yep.
send the rest on.
Yeah.
For
Well,
trouble.
that's what the ones here in Black Spear. I was talking about the ones we gave to the Queen to be interrogated.
Yeah, I was just talking about the other ones because I was getting myself confused between the two groups
Don't do that.
of bandit guys.
The first group's long gone.
That's right. But there was a leader and then two bandits that had been wounded, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That's why I get confused because the guys you got at Old Top, there was a water cultist and two bandits. Okay. I was taking some notes on that. Okay, so and you get the Black Spear and talking with the Thane there about, hey, run the ransom for these guys. You can take 10% off the top for yourself. And, either hold the rest here for us or send it to Clear Wine for us, that kind of thing. And he says, sure, yeah, I can take care of that for you. Is there anything else?
Yes. I wanted to talk to him about the elves.
Right.
Oh, that's right.
Did they work things out with the elves?
Yes, they did.
Okay.
In fact, there were some lumber guys, running off on their own kind of thing. And there's the guys that were breaking the agreement. So they have been properly chastised and fined.
Good.
Yeah.
So the elves are all happy. Were you able to work out with the elves there was a suggestion that the elves cooperate in terms of helping you select trees. Did that get established?
What they did is they put, we will every season walk a certain area, and they'll say anything on this side, put out a parameter. These trees are okay for you to take care of. Okay. But you need to plant so many over here.
Right. Okay. Good.
Get that ecology thing going. So
you worked things out with the elves. That is really, really awesome.
Yeah. It's also very important since Carndisi's over there. I need to keep those people happy.
So
we don't want her to get upset.
Right. So in these negotiations, were you, and I'll give him the name of the elf that we talked to, is that the individual that you were speaking with?
No, it was not.
Oh, really? Interesting. So who was it then?
Yeah, he'll give you an elven name.
Okay, so we got a name.
Yeah, but the guy that you're talking about was in that group. He's like a lesser guy.
Okay.
He's like a lieutenant, so he got stuck with the captain kind of deal.
Okay. All right. Okay, well, good. That's really, really great news. And in fact, we will convey that to Queen Laika when we return to Clearwine.
Oh, that would be most excellent.
Okay.
Another great star. Got to keep those up. Oh,
well, that's true, isn't
it? Anything else here in Black Spear?
No.
Okay. So, it looks to me from my notes that there are no encounters on the way to Apple Lane.
Yay, Apple Lane.
Yeah.
Anything you want to
Hang
do
out.
at Apple Lane?
Yes, of course. Hang out with the Tin
Blackbird?
Inn. Hang out at the Tin Inn.
Everybody hangs out at the Tin Inn. It's one place to hang out at.
It's a thing. We have to hang out at the Tin Inn.
Mm-hmm.
See if Quack John's around.
Oh, he is. He's always popping in every once in a while.
I think Greenget's probably too busy for us, so not busy, but we're not doing deals. He's not interested, right?
Yeah, he's doing his own thing. Okay. No news about trolls or baboons.
Okay.
And then from
Well,
go ahead.
no, we move on.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
from Apple Lane to RuneGate. Oh, I forgot to mention. It rained. It was sprinkling on that day you ran into the bandits.
Mm-hmm.
It rained the next day.
Okay.
And it's raining a little bit, not too much, on the way to RuneGate. So it's
It
getting
is.
a little muddy.
It is sea season.
It is. Okay, but no encounters on the way to RuneGate.
Yeah, it's too wet. Everybody's
Inside
staying
hiding,
inside.
trying to stay dry.
Exactly.
By the
That's
fire,
right.
keeping warm.
The rioting season is over because it's raining.
Well, they should do the same thing during dark season, right? Hide from all that nastiness out there.
A lot of that, a lot of that is a lot of dark season people do that as much as possible.
Oh yeah. Can you see the little crosshairs by RuneGate?
Yes.
Yeah, that's my pointer.
I see it.
Yay.
It works.
It's working. I just gotta have it in the right place. Okay. Ooh, did I lose something?
Somebody join? I heard something.
I did too, but I don't see anything different.
I don't see any changes either. And the map is still live. Okay, so RuneGate. What are we going to do at RuneGate? What's the plan?
Go visit Cedros.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
We're back.
He's going to ask how things went with Queen Laika and those Watcher cultists. Oh, which reminds me, I meant to have a little picture of that symbol that was on those cloaks. So while you guys are thinking, I will do this symbol. It's a little different than what I kind of described earlier. Remember I mentioned about a slitted eye kind of look? Go ahead and turn on my camera here for a second. Wrong computer. There we go. Okay. Like a raindrop.
Yeah.
So the slit goes sideways, not up and down.
Okay.
It's like a water drop. It also looks like something half full of water. Very ingenious.
Mm-hmm.
No other room. Very,
Okay.
very, very wet.
But he'll ask how things went with Queen Laika with those guys, and were they able to find out anything more?
I think there's a bigger party, right? Correct.
Yeah, but I think we knew that. But
Mm-hmm.
I don't know that we got anything new. We are back to follow up on the
Oh, we have to go to Two Sisters or whatever it's called.
up to two. Well,
There's the
yeah.
whole thing
So
about
two
them on
sisters.
the boat, and then there's something up that little stream. We're going to go up the stream and check it out. Okay.
Yeah, up the stream is where the keep is,
Right.
and
Yeah, this tributary.
Apparently up that tributary is where all of this is
Mhm.
taking place or transpiring from. And so we've been asked to see if we can't get an assessment of the number of bandits or pirates that are involved in this. Strictly speaking, we're not supposed to engage them, but to scout it out and see what needs to be done.
Okay, very interesting. And he thanks you for that information.
Mhm. Oh,
It's scaled pretty good.
yeah. You can really see that
Oh,
clearly.
good.
You
Let's
might
see what.
pull it down a bit.
Yeah,
There you go.
now you need to pull it down. That's good. I had suggested a couple of times we go up to Blue Fox and get, see if we can get their assistance, but I guess we'll go and check this out first, and then if go try to rally support.
What do we
if
know about
necessary.
Blue Fox? But why are you pointing to Blue Fox?
Well, simply they're a different tribe, but they're right on the river, so they'll have boats, and their trade might be being interfered with by these pirates on the water. So I was thinking they might be willing to help us deal with them. That's the reason that I don't know anything about Blue Fox other than they're another tribe, and what I can tell is they're on the creek. So.
Yeah, they're part of the Milani tribe. I don't know exactly which clan of the Milani tribe, but they're part of the Milani tribe up there.
Mm-hmm.
And so why not Two Sisters? It seems like the same argument applies, except that it's a different tribe.
Yeah, I mean, we could try the Two Sisters as well. I guess I made an assumption that the Blue Fox was more of a traditional Sardarite village, whereas I'm not sure I don't have a good, I want to say, understanding of what the Two Sisters are. They're not named after a clan, so I'm not quite sure what they are.
The one in the south is part of our clan, isn't it?
Part of our tribe, yes.
Our tribe?
Yeah.
Okay.
That particular clan in that area, I'd have to pull the other map up if you want to know.
It's okay.
Okay.
I guess I agree, that probably trying the Two Sisters first is a better idea. I agree. It would be interesting. I'd be interested to go and learn more about the Two Sisters.
Okay. And Pete, your thoughts on this?
Don't have any. Six to one, half done the other.
Okay. All right. Well, Severos, what do you think? Two Sisters or Blue Fox? What would be more fruitful, do you think?
Blue Fox, you said Pete, not.
So. Severos? We're there talking to Severos?
Yeah. His recommendation would be obviously to stay within, we have more authority within the tribe areas.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So maybe start there, and it may be that we go up to Blue Fox as well to investigate that. But, okay.
Yeah, sure, because he does know that some river traffic, the river traffic comes down the creek, generally stops at Two Sisters. and then you'll have caravans come down. He's heard that some of the river traffic braves going through upland marsh.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because you said ducks help them along the way.
Yep.
Mhm.
Okay. All right. So that's Severus. What's Severus's son's name?
Veranos.
Veranos. No, it's Veranos, and Severus is his son.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's right. Yeah.
Veranos. Yep. Okay. So we're actually talking to Veranos, right?
No, actually, no. I think it's the other way around.
Really?
I don't have that material handy. Oh, there it is.
That's right. Okay.
Okay. Severus is the son. Veranos is the
The
elder. Yeah.
Okay.
The daughter's the one that's been helping it.
And the daughter, I've got her name here too. Where'd it go?
Yeah, I can't remember it. Okay. So when last we left, or no, I guess he's fully recovered.
Yes, he
by
has.
now.
He has fully
So-
recovered. Yep. He's still old.
Oh yeah, I just wanted to
Right.
Veranos, not Severus.
Yeah, Veranos, the old.
And Severus had taken some damage in the
Oh, in the fight.
clearing of
Yes.
the Chaos
Uh-huh.
Ground. So, of course, I want to check in with him, see how he's doing. He's probably recovered at this point as well.
Yeah, he has by now. Because there's been a couple of
month.
seasons.
So anyway, yeah, I just don't want to ignore him.
He's not quite as busy
Alright,
as he
so
used
we're
to
moving.
be. So he'll be hanging
Well,
out
that's
at the
good.
Great Hall more. With his sister.
All right. What's her name?
Should have it highlighted here. In Delhi. Indelli. In Delhi.
Okay. So if there's nothing else, let's move on.
Okay, and that's what I was looking up.
So once we get back on the road, we had discussed going up to Old Top on the northern side,
Yep.
where we can see the
watching
tributary and watch the traffic. Yes. Is
Oh,
that
that's true, yeah.
still an interesting thing for us to pursue? 'Cause here's my big takeaway is that there are probably people in Two Sisters that are sympathetic to the pirates, and if we go marching into Two Sisters, we're probably gonna sort of show our hand, so to speak. So my initial thinking is to scout first, investigate Two Sisters after. Do either of you care or have different thoughts?
Well, that makes sense to me.
Mm-hmm. There's probably more bandits on Old Top anyway.
That's right. Things to beat up on. All right. So once we leave Roomgate, we will make our way to Horsetown and past Horsetown, before we turn up to Old Top.
Okay.
Actually, you know what? We know where a trail is that goes near the Chaos Grounds. Why don't we take that trail instead?
The one that goes to the Chaos Grounds?
We'll go around the Chaos Grounds. We're not going to go in there,
Right.
but
Beyond the
yeah,
house.
Yeah,
yeah,
past the
Mhm.
shack,
yeah.
which by the way is
we
long
know where that.
abandoned.
At least for the last several seasons, yes.
Yep. So you go around the Chaos Grounds, and then up to the top of Old Top,
Hmm. And to the opposite
the
side,
opposite side.
right? So now, once we get toward the opposite side, we want to start looking for a place to set a camp that is going to be sheltered from observation by or near the river, right?
Okay.
And then that's where we would set up our base
Oh,
camp.
okay. That's easy.
Yeah. So once we have our base camp, then we might look for a place to easily spy upon the tributary and the river, generally.
Okay.
I can ask Little One to fly off and find us a great camp overlooking
Perfect.
the river.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay. And today, it's a deluge. It is raining and raining and raining. So it's going to take you all day to get up there and start setting up camp.
Okay.
Sure.
So if anybody's up there has a campfire, they can make lots of smoke.
Mm-hmm. Right. You know,
Hopefully we can find him.
I really hate this darkness and water. Those are just not my thing.
Okay.
Grumble, grumble.
But as you're setting up camp and looking around, you're not seeing any traffic on the river.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's only this time of the day. River traffic moves very slowly.
Okay. Okay. So set up camp. And there are no encounters that evening.
Mm-hmm.
The next morning, it does start to dry out.
Well, that's helpful.
It's still overcast, but it's no longer raining. You just want to sit out there and keep an eye on possible river traffic?
Yeah.
Yeah, we should spend a
Mm-hmm.
day or two.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. We'll sit up here and dry out on top of the hill. Maybe there'll be some air up here that'll help us dry out.
Well, there should be. Okay.
Visibility. What's that? Okay.
Okay, in the morning, you do see a barge pulling up the creek, so they're going upstream.
Okay.
And you can see them,
Kind of high in the water. Huh?
yep, as they're rounding this curve right here.
Okay. If they're going up, yeah, they're going that way.
Yep.
So they're going toward Blue Fox.
Yes,
Correct?
that's true. Yep.
Okay. Do we get a sense that the barge has got cargo, or is it kind of empty?
Riding high or riding low?
Make scan rolls.
Oops. I left
Scan malicious.
I'll use my app for the moment.
Dice roller.
Oh, I rolled a 4 on my scan. I have a 74, so
Just
special, but-
1 point shy of a crit.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Now, what are we looking for? I mean, the owl's got pretty good.
That and the owl can go down there close to it too.
It's got a pretty good scan.
I'm going to say I have a crit.
You do?
Yeah.
All
Roll
right.
the 4.
Owl's got a 6.
I also succeeded.
Okay, with the crit, you can tell it's riding high.
Okay.
And
So it's sort of empty.
but there's a lot of
Implying
people on it.
Mhm.
Really?
Yeah, you'd think, a barge that size would have, 2-3 guys on it. A couple polars and a guy to till kind of deal. And there's at least
Mhm.
twice that many.
Okay. Rather than
Hey-
ferrying cargo, they're ferrying people.
Hey, Miriam,
Yeah.
you want to send the owl to see if
Yeah, the owl went out and got a success.
if it can spot the image of the teardrop with the water glyph
Water.
in the middle. Look at shields and armor, and we have a pretty good idea of where they were carrying the livery, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was only on the cloaks.
Okay, so look for cloaks.
It was in the
then.
center of the back and on the left shoulder.
Okay, so left shoulder and the back of the cloak. So
Okay.
ask the owl if it.
I can ask the owl to go do that now. Can somebody speak to it? He can come back and shake his head up and down.
Well, it speaks, doesn't
How
it?
do you
Doesn't
communicate
it
with
speak?
it?
I don't know. Does it? It's awakened.
Yes, it can speak.
Oh, okay. It's got an intelligence of 13.
It's the average human.
Mhm.
Better than average.
No, that's
It's
average.
smarter than your average.
That's average.
13?
13, yep. 2d6
Alright.
plus 7.
Oh, yeah.
Well, actually, it's 14, isn't it?
Yep. So it's actually
plus
just
6.
below average.
2d6 plus 6.
Oh.
That's 13.
Yeah. There we go. Perfectly
Something was wrong there. And so, I know that's not right. Okay, so, that will do its thing, come back, you want to talk to it, go check out, look for the stuff, it flies back down. No, none of these guys are wearing cloaks like we had described from before.
Okay. Mixture of men and women, children, all men,
All men.
all men. Okay.
Any notable rooms?
They're covered up. You won't be able to see.
Okay.
Well, this is puzzling. Why would a boat full of people be pulling north?
The crew that brings the stuff down, not everybody's going to go through the marsh to continue on.
Mm-hmm.
So they
Yeah,
get
I'm
back
going
on
to
the
say,
next one.
they could be travelers or adventurers or something, just heading north on business. Just like, similar to us in a way, just on a grander scale.
Okay, so neither of you find this puzzling or curious. All right,
We find
we're
that
going to
there's
wait.
reasons why.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, they're going to go raid something.
Well, that's a possibility.
Okay.
We keep an eye out. If the boat comes back loaded with goods and goes up that side creek, then we'll have something to. We'll have something to know.
It's kind of hard to pirate on a poled barge. You need some sort of a fast craft with a sail, I would think.
Oh, for the open ocean, that's true. But for a creek, I mean, when we say creek, it's more
That's
of a
the name
river.
of the river.
That's the name. But how
that's a river,
big
even though it's
is the river?
But you do know that there is a ford between the two sisters.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it goes right into the swamp past that. So
The
pirate activity is to the northeast. It's not into the swamp.
Mm-hmm.
So, Brian, with respect to the piracy aspect of this, are we looking for some sort of corsair on the river as a pirate ship, or are we expecting that it's actually a barge?
Oh no! All the traffic on the river are small boats, barges. Maybe a single sail like a Viking Raider kind of ship.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nothing big.
That's what I was going to say. I would have expected it to be like a boat, with a sail.
Yeah.
And perhaps can be rowed as well.
Think of 4 Somalis.
For Somali?
Somali pirates?
Yeah, and even smaller.
Yeah, Somali pirates.
All right, so we're thinking not this ship, not this barge. Is what I'm hearing.
Yeah,
right.
they're more likely to be a target in my mind. But I mean,
it's no cargo.
But they could grab the people and hold them to ransom or something, as far as well as we know.
Okay. All right. Well, let them go.
But I think we do need to keep an open mind. This could very well be them. But, there's no sense in tipping our hand until we have a better understanding of whether they are or not.
Okay.
If they go upstream and never come back, then we're probably nothing that we need to be concerned about. If they come back, then, that makes them more suspicious in my mind.
Okay.
And
so
go ahead.
Quick question, Brian. You commented that we didn't actually see them until they were rounding the corner heading north. Is there a reason for that? Did we just not see it, or what?
That's when they became visible.
When they...
Which implies they were invisible before that.
Well,
which I
you've got the background, right? So you can see things coming across the background.
Right.
They may have been, below the riverbank or.
Mm-hmm. Why don't you put your cursor on where on Old Top you think we are?
Out there.
Okay.
Unless you want to be somewhere else.
No,
Well,
that's fine. I'm just trying to.
Yeah.
So, do we have visibility on the river to the northwest?
Right. Yeah. That's.
Oh,
I think
yeah.
you had a good point.
Okay, so we didn't see them in the northwest. We saw them in the northeast.
Yes.
Correct. Okay. And this
Yeah,
goes back to
that's-
my visibility question.
Mhm.
If there's a barge coming up from Two Sisters, are we likely to see it in the northwest before we see it in the northeast?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
I'm a lot more suspicious. It's like maybe it popped out of that side stream.
okay. Thank you.
Yeah,
So
Mhm.
I'm kind of looking at this and I'm going, how do we miss? I mean, it would have taken them like 2 hours or more to travel
Mhm.
that arc.
Right. And I was assuming because we hadn't specified, I was assuming that the game master assumed that we were further east and therefore they didn't come into our view until he showed where we first saw them. But when he that's why I had him move his cursor,
Okay.
and I'm going, oh, we're over there. I thought we were over on the other side. That makes a lot more sense now.
I kind of figured you'd want to be, juxtapose the tributary so you get as much view of the river.
Yes. Mhm.
Correct. And
Correct.
we did not see it come out of the tributary. It just sort of appears on the
Mhm.
river to our northeast.
Right.
Right, and then there are other
Is
factors
that
involved. People not looking,
Okay.
taking care of business. Somebody's panning down.
Mhm.
They pan up and know there he is. That kind of thing.
Missed on the river, whatever. Yes,
Well, okay.
okay.
So let's be clear here. How
Mhm.
long would it take for a barge to traverse from the northwest to where we see them, to where we first see them?
You mean from Two Sisters to where you see them, or from the tributary to where you see them?
I don't think we can see them at Two Sisters,
Mhm.
right?
Right.
Yeah,
So-
probably not.
From as far downstream as we can see from our position. How long would
Yeah.
it take to get from that point to where we actually saw them? In our
Yeah,
estimation.
4 hours maybe.
Okay. So we did not, we've been looking down for 4 hours or otherwise engaged. Okay. So I'm sorry, guys, that just does not make any sense to me.
I
If
agree.
they came up from Two Sisters, we would have seen them much
Yeah.
sooner than
Mhm.
rounding the corner. Can we all
Perhaps-
agree to that?
Yeah, we
Yes.
could send a little one over to the tributary, to the junction, and look around and see if there's some hidden
Yeah.
pier in the bushes or
Okay,
something.
before that happens, the owl comes flying down towards you.
An
Okay.
owl.
The owl, right? And
You're out.
your owl comes flying down. There's a shrieking.
Little one.
And does
Chased
he
by-
normally land on your arm kind of thing, or
on my shoulder?
on your shoulder? And grabs onto you. Dragon! Dragon! Dragon!
Dragon? All right. Where? When? See what?
Yeah, I was going to say I don't know that I understand your owls.
Aren't dragons very large?
True dragons are.
Right.
Oh. Where?
He
Point to
kind
it.
of points with his beak up into the air. Everybody can make a scan roll.
Up in the air. Oh, something there is airborne.
Yeah. I really need to go and get my real dice.
Is this a scan?
Scan, yep.
I have a normal success.
Is there a bonus for spotting the
So do
dragon?
I also have a normal success.
I will give you a plus
Yeah.
10 if you're looking at where the owl is looking. How does that sound?
Okay. That's
I
still a
still
normal
can't see it.
success. I'm going to
Normal
quick go grab my dice. I forgot to grab.
Okay.
43, 53, and I got a 30.
So regular success? Okay,
Yeah.
you can see there's something up there. There's something in the sky, and you can point it out to everybody else, and everybody else can see there's something up there.
So, there's a flyer up there of some kind.
Okay. Well, keep an eye on it.
Send my fetch up there to go see it. What? It's not restricted to the something solid, is it?
No,
It's
no, that's
spiritual.
true.
I don't know how fast it can move.
It can move pretty fast. Spirits move fast. I'm just trying to decide if. Oh, yeah.
Because all I want is this fetch to see it, so that I can see through the fetch. It says. I guess I have to do a. While it's moving, I have to do a visibility, right?
It
So
would
they
be
can
best
see
to
it.
do the visibility in order to be able for it to see on the material plane effectively. Yes.
I'm gonna attempt
Not
to
that it's
do
always
visibility.
necessary, but it is better that way.
Power times 5 is a success. So yeah, lose 3 magic points. No problem.
Okay.
2 magic points. So fetched. I command my fish to, or not command, I ask him to go up there and see what's going on. Dragon. Are there flying dragon newts?
No, just like things called dream dragons.
Make an intelligence times 2.
Who?
Miriam.
Everybody? Miriam. Intelligence times 2. I rolled a 39. My intelligence is a 13.
Okay.
Oh,
You're not aware of any dragon newts that have wings and can fly.
okay. 26. I got a 30. Close. Well, go up and see what it looks like. Ow, ow, ow. Relax, relax. Yeah, the owl's move speed is 12.
That's 12 strike ranks at 3 kind of deal. It's kind of odd. It's not like the old Rune Quest where you had a movement of 3 kind of deal. Okay, so as it gets close, what's its power? The fetch?
Oh. Power of the fetch is 11. Actually, I've used three rune points earlier, or 3 points of power, so it's down to an 8.
You sacrifice 3 points of power?
That's what I show. Didn't I have to sacrifice to that? I must have done some rune spell. Didn't I have to do something for contacting healing spirit or something? Or a spirit that cured diseases?
I don't recall that taking power. That was magic points. I'll look into that later, though.
Let's see. Restore health, resurrect. Spirit guardian, spirit. Summon ancestors. Spirit teacher. It's kind of hard to spend a rune magic point for me. Unless I did it with common magic.
Right.
Didn't somebody almost get killed in that fight south of Black Spear, and we had to... Somebody got dismembered, right?
Oh, you did that one use spell. Or we were we were going to do that.
I didn't do resurrection, but I had to do something to, restore health. I think it was so that it was an Arestra or somebody's arm or somebody's leg got critted.
Yeah.
Yeah, but unless it's a one-use spell, you get your rune points back. Those aren't permanent losses.
How do you get rune points back?
Worshipped.
During the downtime?
Yeah, In fact, during Saber Time, everybody should have got all their rune points back.
Well, okay. I have 11 then, if you want to do the power versus power stuff.
Okay, so as it gets closer...
And birdie.
Is there a range limit on the mental communication with the...
Of course, the same for the bird, too. Let me go back to the fetch. Second sight. Gain shaman abilities. I'm not discorporate, so...
No, it doesn't say. And part of me wants to say no, but another part of me wants to say there would be. Interesting. I'm not seeing anything. So as it gets closer, it is in fact a serpentine creature, rather large. Does have wings, and it is, well, at a certain point it'll start flying in towards the fetch.
So we can do second sight to find out its relative power.
It's within 5. Or plus or
Yeah.
minus 5.
If the rest of us see it, can we try something like animal lore to identify it?
Sure, go ahead.
Not that I have much animal lore, but hey.
So is it moving to a sort of like it's going to attack my fetch?
It does not look like it's going to attack, no, but it's coming towards it. I see something up there in the air coming towards it, so it's going to investigate.
Yeah, I was wondering why there's this yellow bear floating around the sky.
Right, exactly.
Now that looks even weirder than a flying serpent.
Mm-hmm.
I got a special on my animal lore. My animal lore is 20, and I rolled a 2.
Woohoo!
What, a 1 is always a crit?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Now, Unfortunately, it doesn't have a box next to it to check, but hey.
Yeah, lore skills don't.
Right. For many of them don't.
Okay, so you know that there are various sorts of dragon-like creatures.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't really look well.
If I don't know what it's called, can I eliminate, like, some of them? Like, this is not some sort, like we already determined, it's not some sort of dragon. It's a dragon-like creature, but it's not a dream dragon sort of thing. It's one of those other things.
Yeah, let me look what the stats on a dream dragon are.
Good. We're not going to have some airborne aerial combat here. Can fetches speak or communicate?
I'm assuming so.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you would assume.
Okay, I'll keep on moving towards the creature. I assume it has to flap its wings. It can't hover.
Oh, it can hover, yeah, but it is flapping wings.
So it's not a spirit itself?
No, it's not. In fact, it will speak to the fetch when it gets within range. And
Yes.
ask, what sort of a
Fetch will
creature
say,
are you?
I am mostly spirit. The owl was my friend. You scared it to death.
Or if not to death, then
Close to death.
yeah.
It thinks you are a full-fledged dragon. You don't look big enough. What do you call yourself? I'm quite friendly. A friendly yellow bear circling a dragon in the sky. Wow, there's going to be some stories.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He says that he is what's known as a worm.
Ah, a worm.
And he will ask where your master is.
Straight down on the ground. Well, maybe I flew a little bit well, but down on that hill over there. Are you scouting for somebody? As he suddenly realizes I shouldn't have said that.
Mm-hmm.
He says, I am seeking for someone to trade with. Shall we go and speak with your master?
Trade. I'm thinking, what type of items are you? Is it items or spells? What? Materials or not?
I can offer great wisdom.
Can offer wisdom. Huh. Okay, so Miriam hears all that and she turns. It's a worm. It wants to bargain or trade. It can offer great wisdom. Should we bring it down?
Yeah, sure. I like worms.
Davin?
Does my special animal?
Is there a song about worms?
Does
I
my
am very
special
frightened.
animal lore allow me to have made that statement?
Yeah, as soon as they
Now
say
that
that,
we know
all,
what it
all comes together. Yes, it must be a worm. It's not a true dragon. It's not a dream dragon. It's obviously not a true dragon. It's not a dream dragon, And it's not a
Mhm.
wyvern either, because
Mm-hmm.
wyverns have legs, and this one doesn't.
Ah.
More like a flying snake.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. And it's
Quetzalcoatl.
not, and it's going to say, and it's not automatically hostile to worms. Are not automatically hostile to the Sartorite humans.
He wants to talk about trade. Do we have anything we want to trade for great wisdom?
I don't know. It depends on, we have lots of things, whether it's anything we want.
What does a worm
What
want?
does a worm want?
No, no.
The worm turns. If the worm would deign to speak with us, sure.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I convey that to the yellow bear, and
Okay, so yellow bear comes down, and the worm follows in trace, and he will land
Yeah.
in an opening further up the hill from you guys, because he's kind of big.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's in
the worm.
we should have somebody keep watching the river. Now, Jarstakos or somebody can watch the river while.
Yeah. The two characters whose players aren't here, Jarsakos and
Juchi?
Michael's character,
Juchi.
stay and watch.
We'll stay and watch the river. Unless you talk.
Yeah.
Knowing Juchi,
Yeah.
he'll have his bow out and knocked.
Yeah, Juchi.
Okay. So we'll come and land, and everybody can make. Yeah, let's do intelligence times 5.
That's good for you guys. Ooh, I just made it. Good.
I have a normal success.
I succeed.
Okay. All of you, as you look at this worm, minus the wings, this creature looks an awful lot like the mistress serpent you ran into in the marsh.
Really?
But it's not her.
No, because this one has wings. She didn't. She had like fins or something, feathering on the edges, kind of. This had actual wings.
So she was a worm then. That's interesting.
Yeah. Learn something.
And he'll look around at everyone, and he'll say something that nobody understands. And then in Thealan, he'll say, I am known as Speaker on Hills.
They do have 3% in Old Wormish.
Really? Roll it.
Yes.
3% old.
Yeah. Not 3. Let me see what I roll.
Got a.
Nope, I have 54.
Okay.
Are worms part of the elder race?
No, they're actually classified as monsters.
Monsters. Okay. I do have rewrite alt wormish at 30.
You can write notes. Well, if you
could.
write, then you can.
Hmm.
I don't know how we
That's
can.
interesting.
Well,
I don't know. Just because you can read and write, it doesn't mean you understand the
No, but he can.
the language.
We can convey to it.
But it also speaks Thealan.
Yeah.
Do any of that?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
That's Hortley. Yeah,
right.
same thing. Yep. I guess Thealan's the name of the. That's not even the name of the things, because it's like dog and cat scratch or something.
Mm-hmm.
But he says that he is willing to teach wisdom in exchange for a small fee.
And small fee with that, the shaman just sits down and says, I can't help.
Yeah, define small.
Oh, a cow or several sheep a week. And he licks his lips.
Hmm.
So what does that translate to in weekly expense?
Right.
How much is a cow worth?
Hmm.
Well, from
$1.
Angler's day, it was good stuff. Cows and sheep,
Mhm.
good household value.
RuneQuest weapons and equipment.
I'm going to let you guys negotiate.
Meat
I'm
beef.
gonna go read to my wife, and I'll be right back. Say goodnight
I'm
to her.
going to move. Beast prices. Let's see.
A cow is 20 lunars.
Yep, is 20
Holy
lunars.
crap. 20 lunars per week. For how many weeks are we talking?
How much time do you have?
Like, I have let's see, I have about 20, let me see. If I have 150 I have 150 lunars, then that's 7 weeks. So that's how much time that's how much I could cover. Now, I'm kind of busy at the moment, so I don't know that I can spend, 7 weeks with you right at the moment.
Oh, that is unfortunate.
What kind of training are you offering for a cow per week for 7 weeks?
And he said wisdom, but that's,
We will
obviously
begin
not a.
with the language of true wisdom. Old Worlinish.
Ah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I would.
So Brian, if we were to take Old Warmish to say 30%, how long would that take?
Well, the way the mechanics work, excuse me, because mechanics are set to do training at the end of season phase. So you're talking about a season to get 2%.
And that's 3 weeks or 4 weeks?
Can't remember.
Oh, wait, this is a worm. So I'll ask, how long would it take you to teach us Alt Wormish?
And could you teach us as a group?
Oh, absolutely.
Ah, that makes it a lot more efficient.
For the same cow per week?
Yes.
Or is
I'm
it?
not that greedy.
Ooh. Now that
Yeah.
is interesting.
Yep. Too bad we're so busy right now.
Well, this is going to take time. I suspect we could arrange for a meeting place somewhere. Right? It's not like
Yes. If you don't have the time to learn now, we can set up a time later.
well,
Very good.
clearly it's going to take a fair amount of time. We're talking weeks to do the training that we're talking about. So yes, we would definitely need a place where we could do such training. That obviously this is not it. Although I shouldn't say obviously, but
So what would be what sort of arrangements along that line can we make with you? Is there some place, how do you feel about Clearwine in a couple of weeks?
or perhaps
Closer to or sometime closer to the end of this-
nearby, but not in Clearwine, I think.
Exactly.
Well, we could certainly set up something like that. Perhaps we could arrange a
And-
signal for when you are ready.
A worm sign. I love it.
Yeah. Hey. Let us.
And where would we put this worm sign?
Where would you want to put it?
Well, someplace that you could easily see it, but is not too difficult for us to get to. I think we've already indicated that we're housed at Clearwine, so somewhere in the vicinity of Clearwine. Or perhaps a candle in a window.
It's a bit.
My
Sure, you
vision
have
is
surmised.
not that good.
Oh,
Yeah.
well. Hmm. There's we could assemble a cairn of stones and top it with something obvious to us, but would be innocuous to anyone else. Perhaps a flat napped stone at the very top of the cairn. And if the flat topped stone is present, that would indicate an availability on our part.
That would definitely work. Would you want to put it along the pathway or along the river?
Well, we don't want others to stumble across it, so perhaps a clearing, like a knoll in the forest, a forest near Clearwine.
Hounded Knob?
Let's see, there's Clearwine.
That's in Tarndisi's Grove.
Yeah, that's Tarndisi's Grove. She might not like that.
How about the Little Starfire Ridge?
Is that dangerous for us?
No, there are lots of Little Starfire Ridge is open land where people send cattle and sheep up to graze and stuff.
Oh,
Yeah.
Is that very far from us? How long would it take us to get there?
Depending upon the season.
Yeah, someplace by Broken Tower.
That
sounds appropriate.
I am back.
Okay.
Quick synopsis.
we're
It's a little over 5 miles from Clearwater.
Oh, okay.
The
So that's a day out.
Wormhouse going to teach us how to speak all Wormish as a group for basically a cow a week. Which, if we pull all our money, will actually make it worthwhile. We're just planning. We're going to meet him at some point in the future, and we're going to leave a symbol on Little Starfire Ridge, which is west of Clearwine.
Yeah.
So that's a summary of where we're at.
Little Starfire. Okay, I see it.
So Broken Tower, is that occupied or unoccupied?
You don't know.
Okay.
So
So we're going to go up, and that's like,
This is all open grazing area,
okay.
and
Right.
there's like 3 or 4 clans that kind of meet in a corner up here, and there are little farmsteads all around from all the clans.
So highly visible is what you're saying.
Well, you
Is that
could
correct?
take the clearing that's away from everybody.
Okay. Do we know such a spot?
Not offhand, but I'm sure you could find one.
Okay.
So making bargains with a worm is like raising the alarm with people if they see it. Think that we're like super powerful if they see it,
Yeah, I would say.
or matter
would
of fact, oh look, there's a worm.
Yeah, I would assume more it wouldn't. It's not normal, but it's not so abnormal as to cause alarm. Would be what I would think.
Okay. But these
Brian,
Yes.
could
intelligent.
you comment on that, please?
Well, worms, they're monsters.
But they're not chaotic.
No, they're not.
They're,
Not normal.
they're intelligent monsters, I
Yes,
guess.
they are.
So I ask you guys because I don't know the answer. What's the
Now, would a common peasant confuse a worm with a dream dragon? Most likely, yes.
Yeah.
Could that cause a stir or a scare? That's possible, of course, yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. So we're going to hang out with a worm for several weeks while it's going to train us in alt wormish. And it sounds like there may be additional training beyond that.
Yes.
Yeah.
In the higher
Okay.
wisdoms.
Yeah.
What does that mean to you? Higher wisdoms.
because there's no wisdom
Right.
characteristic.
Mm.
So
That's because it's not a characteristic, it's knowledge, yeah.
Higher knowledges.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But what does that mean to a worm? I'm
Mm.
not sure what that means to him as opposed to what it might mean to us. So that's why I asked.
Mhm.
Philosophy, history.
Celestial lore. I would think.
Access to the hero plane?
Ooh,
Pathways?
we might be able to do that, yes. Assuming you progress far enough.
Because I'm good for my shaman to learn.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And you
Yes,
you would
this sounds like things that would both be good for David and Miriam. But Arrestor is also interested from a I'm going to say from a fire wound standpoint.
Well, if
So-
we can stand up to the mistress again, we'll at least know. Or we know the language. Did you ask it if it knows the mistress?
No.
Have you already concluded negotiations? Gone, and we're doing something
No,
else?
no, they're still talking. They're just trying to figure
We're
out,
still-
what does it mean by wisdom, and besides old wormers, what can we learn, that kind of thing. They were just asking about
Yeah.
accessing the hero
We're
plane.
having a,
He said, if
we're
you
having an
progress far
interesting
enough,
discussion.
perhaps yes, that would be exciting, wouldn't it?
Yes.
Yes, it would.
So I gather you're willing to
I could
enter
use
into a long-term relationship with us, because it sounds like the kinds
long
of
as we keep
things that
feeding
you
it.
would teach would take a certain length, a considerable length of time. And I'm not sure we have the resources immediately to support that, but certainly over time we would.
Well, for humans, yes, it would probably seem that way.
Okay,
Yeah.
I suppose that's a great answer.
Yep.
Well, fantastic. Oh, hey, we ran into someone not dissimilar from yourself. It
Oh, really?
didn't have wings.
Oh, it didn't.
Yes. No, it had fins.
Oh,
I heard its name is Expectus diphallus.
that does not sound familiar, but I do have brothers of the water, and that's what it sounds like.
See. What might we call you?
Oh, I am known as Speaker on Hills.
Speaker on
There he
Hills.
goes, that speaker on hills.
He'll do a little flourish at the top of the hill here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, that makes good sense. We're on,
A hill
Round Top, and then we're going to be on Starfire Ridge. We're going to be on. It's going to be
On
speaking
hills.
to us on top of hills. Yeah, that makes perfectly good sense.
And I say, I'm Miriam, and my fish says, yellow.
Miriam, Yellow Bear. Well, excellent then. You will have cows ready?
We will
When
bring
you make the cairn?
with us. Yes,
Yep.
we will have cows with us.
Excellent. I will keep my.
How many
Yes.
weeks should we bring for our initial foray into the deeper wisdoms? In other words, how many
Yeah,
cows?
you only need to bring one at a time. I'll actually have to figure out how long it will take. Because you're asking about that 30% thing, and I'm going to have to go with RQ3 rules because trying to use the seasonal stuff just will not work.
Uh-huh. Yes.
Right?
Right.
Fine.
Yeah.
We'll bring a couple to start with and go from
Mhm.
there.
Because it would be a full-time kind of thing, and you don't do that with the seasonal stuff.
Right.
You guys will go camping
Which
on
makes it
Starfire
odd.
Ridge for a few weeks.
Right. Hang out with the worm. This is going to be fun. Bring a wagon, bring a couple cows.
Do that during a shortest, the dark season.
End of season phase.
Mhm.
Wow. This is exciting.
It is.
Oh, I'm going to get out a piece of paper and scroll something in alt wormish that says, "Thank you. Delightful meeting you," and show it to him.
And he will say, "Oh, most excellent. You should be a quick study."
Halt wash.
I have much to
And
learn.
we will tie the symbols to the sounds.
Mm-hmm. Teach you how to speak.
Yes. Yes. Thank you.
Excellent.
Well then, until you put out your sign. And with that, he'll fly off.
Bye.
That was cool.
It was.
Bye.
It was.
Anytime you can negotiate out of a fight, that's good.
Yeah.
And maybe gain something.
That's right.
Yes, indeed.
All kinds of interesting things happening.
So, spirit magic spell lasts what? 25 minutes?
Now, spirit magic spells last for 5 minutes.
5 minutes. Okay.
Rune
so
spells
after 5
last
minutes-
for 15,
Okay.
but you can do
5 minutes
extensions.
into our, yeah, I was going to say 5 minutes into our the yellow bear fades.
Okay.
Fetches to the spirit world. Plane. Yes, you could. That was kind of cool.
Yeah.
I figured spirits could go any direction.
Yeah, they can.
I haven't tried walking through anything substantive or passing through. Okay. So we never left Round Top, whoever it's called.
No, you haven't.
Right. We're still there. The other two are still on the lookout for stuff, and then we're gonna go back to trying to figure out where that boat came from, where that barge came from.
And when you guys go down to check on them, they will say they saw some fishermen out on the river. But that's
Okay.
all.
Is it okay? Did it look like they came upstream or downstream? The fishermen.
Downstream.
Okay. So whoever was on the barge didn't bother them.
They came from downstream.
Oh, they came from downstream.
Yes.
Okay. Yes.
So
All right.
they're behind the barge.
We're behind the barges then. Okay. They came from down like
Hour and a half, whatever.
right. Okay. So were you going to have your spirit go down and look around the mouth of the creek? Was that what the plan had been before it was, or your owl, before it was so rudely interrupted by the nice worm?
Yeah. We're going to look for a hidden pier or a quay or just a tie-up that a barge could pull into or pull out of. It's got to be buildings and.
So you're sending the fetch down?
Yeah, both. Send the fetch to the area and have the owl kind of just fly along the tributary, looking for obvious, gross things like buildings and roads and camps.
Okay.
The fetch is going to go down to that junction of the two rivers and say, they had to come from somewhere. Kind of,
The junction of the two rivers, you mean this spot here?
yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
One, two, three, four, five, six. Oh,
That's the fetch or the owl?
the fetch. The owl's just flying up the creek as.
Oh, up the creek?
Yeah, up the tributary.
Oh, up the tributary.
Looking for a campsite,
Tower.
place for them to store their ill-gotten gains.
Yep. Right about here, see that?
Mm-hmm.
Is a fort built on the edge of the river.
How big a fort? Like 40 feet aside or 200 feet aside?
I think it's 200.
Really? What's made out of wood, made out of stone, made out do.
It's about 200 by 200.
Oh, that's pretty big.
It's got some interior buildings and some towers.
Is it made out of wood, timber? Old West Fort? Made out of stone or mud brick?
And this would be out of, well, Bronze Age Assyrian. It would be mud brick, right?
Yeah.
Adobe.
Yeah, Iron Age Britain, it'd be stones
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
with interior wood buildings made of wood and having thatch. That's one of those inconsistencies with this whole technology stuff that still I'm trying to get my grips on. But one's called stone.
Yeah. I was going to say originally the roots of this, you could say the Sartorites are like the ancient Gauls at the time of Caesar, and the Lunars were the Romans.
Except they
That's
had bronze,
the root. That's the roots of this.
but they had bronze instead of steel.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Right, but it was still a Bronze Age culture. But
Okay.
you know,
Yeah, which had stone round houses and thatched roofs for those barbarians out there. But
right.
no, we look at published materials and look at Clearwine.
Mm-hmm.
It's a huge stone fortress.
Yep.
But you could say that the king, who was their Sartor, when King Sartor came through and they built Boldholm and places like Clearwine and some of these other cities, Johnstown, the dwarves helped them.
Yes. Things. Glorantha has evolved, since the early days too. Though.
Yep.
Obviously, I'm just saying, when you're looking for when you have nothing else to go on.
Mm-hmm.
You go with what you have.
You look at some of the old ancient, palaces. They were huge.
That's right.
Tower of Babylon.
Yep, the Babylonian, the Assyrian empires, everything was made out of mud brick.
Mhm.
That's what they had.
It was still huge. Big edifices.
Yep, that's because you bring all the people into the city and then all the surrounding lands is there to support it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So the bird comes back and I say, bird says, I found it.
Found a fortress.
Awesome.
20 wing beats by 20 wing beats.
Flap.
The wing beat's about 10 feet. There are towers on the corners. There's major keeps and buildings inside. There was a boat docked in there too. They got like a dock area right there on the edge of the river.
Well, I guess we could go through Two Sisters Trail and over. Or we could try to cross the river here somehow. Kind of hard with the chariot, though.
Mm-hmm. That being said, did we find anything? The fetch searching the at the mouth of the river? Was there anything there?
Lots of fish.
Okay.
They all have very low power.
Yeah. Okay. Well, good to know. We can, if we want to, we can go back down, and cross that Two Sisters with the chariot now that we know where we're going, and we can try to come up from it from that direction. As we have been pointed out by some wise people on our group.
So that means the raiding parties probably came through Two Sisters. 'Cause we didn't see any boats docked, barges. I guess
Yeah,
they could have
it
been dropped
probably
off.
it came down from this fortress down the tributary to the
Oh,
creek.
those guys that we saw a couple hours ago might be. They could get dropped off on either bank. They circle around behind us. Well,
Yeah. Anyways, I was about to say the problem. I was about to say then we could approaching from the north bank of the Two Sisters. The problem with that is, of course, that as David pointed out, sneak is not what the people in this party do. Between the chariot and my armor, we're not likely to be able to sneak up on them very well. But we can approach from that direction anyway, and just kind of assume that they're going to see us and hope for the best. Or we can say, okay, we found them. Let's go back to Clearwine and tell the Queen we know where they are.
So we've been here one day.
Yeah.
We've seen what may or may not have been raiders from the tower, and we're contemplating what, going back and saying, found them.
I was just putting them out as an option, not to say that I think it's the right option.
Okay.
we're not
Right.
supposed to stop the traffic, are we? Pirating.
I think my understanding is that we're supposed to get a sense of what we're dealing with. That is it a big army? Is it 2,000 people? Is it a couple
Gather for an
hundred?
engagement.
Our purpose here is not to go and fight them. But and I think since we can't sneak or hide, trying to do something sneaky or hidey is going to result in disaster for us. So
At least outfitted the way you are.
So sneaking up on them and trying to, I'm not sure how that's going to work, or what purpose it would ultimately serve us, other than to engage them more directly.
Well, the only other thing we can do is just go out grasslands there and send fetches and owls to do the counting and observing.
Well, do we have a good vantage point where we are right now?
I don't have a feel for scale on this map, so.
Brian, how far is it in miles from Runegate
Just a half a
to
day from
the
Runegate
first Two
to-
Sister?
I think it was 2 hours.
Okay.
From where to where?
Runegate to Two Sisters is somewhere between
5
5 and 10 miles.
Oh.
It's more than 5, less than 10.
Oh, okay.
From where you guys are camped down to
oh,
where
so
that
it's a lot.
tributary comes off
That's a lot closer.
is about a mile and a half.
So we could
Two
get
clicks.
closer.
It's about 2 clicks.
Yeah, so we could get closer, I think.
There are trees, it looks like, over there to the east.
So I think we could go down the hill. I think we want to keep our height advantage, but 1.5 miles or so is still a long ways. I mean that it's hard to see with a telescope or binoculars. So I think the rise is enough that we could get within, I would say, 1/2 mile to a 1/4 mile of the river
Mhm.
and still have a good vantage over the whole thing.
Okay.
So why don't we do that and
Give it a try anyway.
continue our observations? If we see more clearly barge coming or going into the tributary, that would give us a good indication that those guys are raiding. So, and it would, I think, give us a much better idea of how many people we're talking about. So if we want to go investigate the tower, I think that's a tough call for us.
Yep.
Yeah. No, this
Unless
whole,
yeah, I think
let's go and I agree. We go over and try to get as close as we can without being, reckless given our lack of ability to sneak and hide and stuff.
right. Now I think you could send Yellow Bear to investigate the tower on the spirit plane, right? I think it could get a sense of what kind of numbers it can see people's power. So it could scout that way, but there's a risk, or the risk that there's a shaman there who might try to capture him. So you're going to have to evaluate whether you want to do that or not, Pete.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, Miriam. But
Yeah.
those are my thoughts on how to proceed
We
here.
can do that initially, and then if days go by and nothing happens, we can two sisters and do building
Okay.
go to tavern.
Nope, sounds good.
Or
Yeah,
we can
sounds good.
Use Blue Fox and cross them and go over those forests.
So we're going to head down the hill and make a new camp. Closer
Correct.
to the river. But still with
we
elevation.
need to be
On that first escarpment there.
Yeah. And again, I know we're not skilled at this, but there should be some obvious places where visibility from the river to us would be considerably obscured. That is, like a shelf,
Mm-hmm.
and there is no visibility.
Right. So you're talking about from
unless
around here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, it also occurs to me that if I'm the bandits, that's right where I'm going to put my scouts. So maybe we should send the owl to investigate that area, that immediate area, to make sure they don't have somebody sitting there already.
Waiting. Go ahead, make scan. Owl scan.
Owl scan. $29. It's normal success.
Okay.
Right.
She does not see anything.
20%.
Great. Let's go set up somewhere down there.
Okay.
16.
You get down there, you find a site suitable, set up camp. We're going to need watches tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Doesn't
Well, the awakened owl is probably
use
pretty
some
good.
sort of a light spell? We
Yeah.
put him on the middle watch when it's going to be the later watch when it's going to be the darkest. so we can light it up?
Light up. What do you want to light up?
Well, in case something happens, we need to see what's going on.
Well, yeah, I could cast lantern on a front end
Okay.
of a shield or something.
Okay, well then you have the light spell. I thought it was Juji, but I guess it's
He
so.
might have it also, but I have a lantern.
Okay, great. Because
But
I
you
have
know
no
that-
way of because I have no way of seeing in the dark. But other than that, I'm happy to take whatever watch you want the fighter on. I propose that Jorstakos and I be on different watches because I think we're the two best fighters, or at least the two best melee fighters.
Makes sense. Sounds good.
I think the owl can be on night watch pretty easily. They're our nocturnal.
Except you're keeping it up all day.
Well, I let them sleep in the first watch.
Well,
Yeah.
I think we're settling into a routine here, right? So the owl can sleep during the day and do its thing at night.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So, but there are what, 5 of us? Which makes for an odd number of people for the watches.
5 plus an awakened owl.
Well, that's 6. The owl's smart as a person.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's just a tiny thing, though.
Yep. Do we want it on watch
Sure,
with the same time as the shaman?
sure. Why not?
So we'll have one watch with just Miriam and the owl. One watch with, I don't know. We have David and Juji split between Arestra and Jarskakos. So we can do this in one of two ways as players and say, okay, let the two people that aren't here be on watch together. We can say, let's split the two people that aren't here up between the two people that are here. Whichever would be most convenient for this current gaming situation.
I think it makes more sense what you said earlier, that the two good fighters should be not
Well,
on the
that's what
same
I'm
watch.
saying, yes. So, but I'm just saying, do we put you
So
with our Stakos so
sure,
we have
sounds
somebody
good.
that's
Let's do
here,
that.
as opposed to putting Juji with Jarstakos and then neither of the players present are on that watch. So you're saying you think the two different...
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, we have a plan. Let's do it.
Okay. I just don't know how long night is. I had it on the
Right,
previous
now
year, but I didn't have
Well,
it for this
we
one.
have to figure out the order.
6 hours.
Mm-hmm.
You figure each watch, you could have each team on watch for 3 hours. And
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Miriam, since you've got the I'm going to say the most difficult position, which watch do you want with your owl? Which you and the owl will be the most comfortable?
I don't think it matters really, because it's not Dungeons and Dragons. We'll have dark,
Mm-hmm.
so we all have the same scans.
Yeah.
Since it is an owl, yeah, just take the middle shift.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay.
I'll take the early shift.
Right. Stakos and David will take the early shift. Miriam and her owl will take the middle shift.
Put that in.
And Arestra and Juji will take the late shift.
Okay.
Put that in the chat. Where's the chat? General.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, there's owl bears.
Mm-hmm. Yes. I need to quick go and also refuel my tank.
Second shift is who?
You.
Me.
Yep.
That's right. Who's first shift?
David and Jarstakos.
Is it VYN? Yeah, they up. All right. All right, I put it in the general chat for
Oh, okay.
future references.
Mm-hmm. Spoilers. We are going to have a combat tonight. Do we want to then hold off for the other players to be able to show?
Well, I guess we could kick it off, find out what shift it is and what preps we're doing, and then right up to statement of intent.
So it is 8 o'clock.
Which is
So-
11 here, so it's just an hour short.
I'm thinking there's no way we're going to be able to run through an encounter in an hour.
Well, that's true too.
Maybe the worm will come back and
And sit on it. Hey, they're bringing me cows. Leave them alone. That would be funny.
Yeah.
How physically large was that?
They averaged a size of 35.
Oh my God, that's huge.
Size of 30.
Yeah, it's considered a
average.
4-hex creature. But that's because, it's also got head and tail that don't count as part of that 4 hexes.
Pretty
Yeah,
big.
well,
No
give us
wonder
a
the
preview.
owl was afraid. It's size 1.
It was a dragon. Dragons kill things, especially if they're flying.
There's a munch jump.
Swing down.
Yeah.
Popcorn.
Snacky.
Crunch, 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 crunch.
Yep. Feathers.
Okay, so you want to roll into the beginning?
Yeah, all right. Just
Wait for the rest of the show back up?
They kind of
Okay,
set
sure.
the stage so when everybody comes up, we say, here's where we are. And then next time we'll have Michael and Bob.
So, Mike, something very interesting happened.
Oh.
The pirates attacked us, and the worm came and crushed them, saying, "Hey, they're bringing me cows. Leave them alone."
Oh, okay, cool. Great. It's nice when, just to work things out quickly so that we can advance the plot.
Cruising along. Okay, David. Jarstakos has his character sheet in the character sheet
That
thing.
was the first.
Well, I need you to make both scan and listen rolls.
I bet you it's that party of guys got let off the street.
I hope not. There was a bunch of them.
No. Normally 3, there were 6, so maybe 3.
Okay, what am I rolling? Scan, did you say?
Scan and listen, because that's what you're doing, right? You're
Yeah.
scanning and listening.
Yep. All right. So he's got a 35 listen, 72 scan. Excuse me.
They both get to make this, right?
Yes, they both get to make them. They both get to make both rolls.
So this is Jarstakos, 35%. 94. This is Jeff Stako's 72%, 89.
Oh.
He's looking at the fire. He doesn't hear anything.
Contemplating his navel. And now we're really in trouble. All right. 16 and 48. 16 for the listen. Here we go. 21.
Ooh.
48 for the scan. And I missed it.
I
Okay.
need to flip those.
And we are surprised by giant worm.
A blood-chilling howl.
Oh, that doesn't sound like pirates.
No, it doesn't. In fact, you need to. What's your? Where'd it go?
It's gonna run away.
Well, I need to determine.
Power?
No, it's actually your intelligence.
Oh.
Fear.
Okay.
But I don't have their corresponding skill because I haven't rolled up yet.
Of course, it could be a barbarian.
But that's what we'll start with, the blood-chilling howl.
How?
Ooh. Yep, this is one of those, if you know what it is, that's bad. If you don't know, you're okay.
And once you realize it, you figured it out, it's even worse.
That's right. I love those. No, I don't. I hate those. As a DM, I love those because everybody's like, whoo, I made it. No.
That's right, you did.
It's
You know
worse.
exactly what this thing is. Make your sandy
And
roll.
now you're really scared.
Yeah. It's a dragon. What's your fear of dragons? Oh, that reminds me. Does anybody have fear of dragons?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, that would have applied to the worm.
Can't retcon it now. It's too late. We've already got a deal made. He was a friendly worm.
That's true. He was.
Hey, Mike.
Yes.
2 weeks from now is the 15th.
I think we should all get check marks on our fear dragon.
Right. We're playing. I don't know what the other guys are doing, but you and I are playing this in 2 weeks.
Okay.
It's already been on the all along.
All right.
On the what?
There'll be a bunch of people at my house on the 15th.
Oh, okay.
We're gonna play Eclipse, and then we're gonna play, I think, Eldritch Horror, and then the other guys are gonna go. Kyle's gonna go home, and another couple of other guys are gonna go home, and a couple of guys that are staying with me are gonna go and do their own thing, and Pete and I are gonna do this.
Oh, okay. Which version of Eldritch Horror do you have? Which edition?
Yeah, I'm not sure, but it's got to be the latest edition because I've only got it a couple of years ago.
Oh, okay. That's the one that I have. I haven't had a chance to play that one, but I've got a friend who's got like the first edition, and we played that one, so it's pretty wild.
Yeah, I've played a lot of Arkham Horror, which I really like.
Mm-hmm.
But I understand Eldritch Horror is supposed to be better, so we're going to give it a try, I hope.
Yeah, it's like World rather than just Arkham, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There's actually a video of Will Wheaton playing that game online somewhere. He's got a tabletop game channel thing that he does on occasion where he's showing people how to play the game, and they get celebrities and they do fun things. Even though he's a jackass.
Cool.
Okay, so 15th, blood chilling howl.
Yeah, that'll be on your email. Blood.
That's right, blood chilling howl.